Last match of this period before the break, very important match for us. It's a special match because of all the things that are happening before and that it is going to happen after. So we need to be very, very focused for the match. That is going to be very tough, like all matches in our league. All the things that we are facing after Europe Challenge, they are waiting our tiredness, they are waiting our unfocus to take their advantage in these games, and we have to compete also against this. So, as always I said, we are our best enemy. If we get into the comfortable zone, into the complacency zone, because what we have done before, good or bad, and we get their block for that things, is a problem for us. So we try to continue in the same line. We did, indeed, immediately after finishing the match against Strasbourg, that we were under big emotions for the deception that we were eliminated, but also at the same time with the feelings of proudness because the players, they compete really, really good in a very, very tough situation, a big challenge, and we feel proud of them. But immediately my message was this: you like these games, I am happy you to enjoy these kind of games, that this is one of the big messages before the match. We go for our opportunity, but we have to keep in our minds the enjoy. Enjoy the game, enjoy football. Football is passion, and we need to play with this inside. So enjoy doesn't mean no effort. I like to say enjoy the effort always before starting every match. Enjoy the effort, enjoy the difficulties. And I really, really am very thank you to the players because they are following this message and they are showing match by match. So that was the message immediately after finishing the match. You like these games, I'm proud of you. I want you to have the opportunity to play this kind of game many, many times. As a player, I know what that feels. I played many international games, many games in Champions League. I know how the player feels in these kind of games, that they are the nicest moments for a football player. They are special games, especially when you are playing in a tie, in a knockout round, or for a final. No? So the way to play again these kind of matches is to qualify for Europe. And then the way to qualify for Europe is Cup and League. And this is our focus now. So that was my message immediately in the dressing room, 5 minutes after finishing the match. Because I understand that there is no time to waste, and we have to be focused immediately in the next step. And these feelings that we had immediately after finishing the match, that were very, very nice feelings about how close we were to overcome a big opponent and to play for quarterfinal in Europe competition, we have to use as a motivation for the two competitions that we are still competing, the League and the Cup, and at the same time, they are the key to play again Europe. So this is the message. And I'm 100% sure that it's going to be tough again, the match against Gorice. We come back from two examples, how good we did against Bukovar, a very tough game against a team that they are competing to avoid the relegation, and I know how difficult it is to face this game coming from Europe, a match, a successful moment, and we make a lot of chances because, as I have said from the beginning, I count on all the players, and if they show us during the week that they are ready to play, we are going to use all of them because we need to use the fresh players in every match. And that was the good example. Focus game in a very tough game, and we got the result. Then we come back also from Istra, that we have the negative experience. So individual mistakes that they create in the first minutes, that means that some of them they were not full focus. We gave to our opponent the opportunity to take the lead, and then we were not able to overcome the result unless that we were trying, fighting till the end, creating chances. But we miss our target. So we have these two examples. So I hope, and this is the message, that against Gorice, we are going to face full focus and conceding the less as possible to our opponent, that they are waiting our mistakes. So this is the way we face this match.
You mentioned tiredness. What is the level of tiredness at the end of all these games?
For us, the level of tiredness is nothing to talk about. because is what is. It is what it is. So we are working immediately, finish one game in the recovery of the players with the healthy food, with the work for the physios, from the medical staff. Also the club is helping a lot, is making a big effort, also spending money in the best travels as possible, with charters, sleeping the day, staying like we have been there in Strasbourg to create a better environment for the resting for the players, instead of having a late trip immediately after the game. So we are giving all to try to accelerate the process of recovery, but that every player has their own rhythm. So today that we are in the second day after the match, we will do again our protocol to check everybody how they are with the tiredness, and with this information, and taking in account that the match is still tomorrow, so more than 24 hours from the moment we will finish the training till tomorrow, we will make the decision for the lineup tomorrow.
That is physically, but there are a lot of emotions, proud, disappointment.
Yeah, and the tiredness also is linked with the emotional mood in every aspect. For that reason, we work on that. So I like to say that the engine in everything, but we are talking about football. Engine in football come out from the emotions. So we need to use this engine in the positive way, not in the negative. You can get stuck because of negative emotion, and then you don't have engine. Even you are well prepared, you have the knowledge, you have all the skills, technical, tactical, but if you don't have the engine, you don't perform. And that's why we work a lot in the emotions, to have the balance for the players, this balance between the strain in the positive and the strain in the negative, to be in the good point of activation for every match.
Few words about Gorice. There are a lot of compliments on their game. They create big chances against everybody.
No, they are playing solid. I have all the respect for all the teams in Croatia. They have very good tactics, very good fitness condition. So for us, every time we face an opponent, we have this challenge also, because they have 1 week to prepare our match perfectly, and we have to prepare the match with 2 days and a half. So this is a big challenge for us, but we trust our players, we trust our organization, our skills, and we always prepare every match expecting the best from our opponent, that they have very good organization. They are now in a very good moment, so they are also qualified for the semi-finals in Cup, so that means that they are a team that they are in a good moment. So we have to be ready to compete the best of us.
Coach, after the match in France, you mentioned that now is full focus, of course, on the league and the cup. What is more important, the league or cup? To be more precise, maybe, do you think that you can overcome the Hajduk and took that maybe second place?
When we were playing a few days ago for the 3 competitions, if you make me this question, I tell you the same that I'm going to say you now. It's the same. Because I cannot give more importance to one competition than another. When I compete to win every game. So this is my mentality. But I want to win trophies. As athlete, I want to win trophies. So when I compete in something, I don't care if there are bigger budgets and bigger opponents to me. I am going to make all my best to try to find the way to overcome all these opponents. So this is in my mentality. I cannot say to you what is more important and why. I don't have any reason to say, okay, this is more important than the other. If you give the same importance, that is the maximum important to the both, it's possible also. Not to make a discrimination. No, this is better than the other. For me, no. For me, this is maximum. I compete in all the competitions. For me, all have the same importance. A possibility to be champions, to celebrate a trophy with our fans, and the possibility to go through to Europe competition. So the both are the same important for me.
Coach, player is not available, Orech, because of yellow cards. Barišić still on road to recovery, and Škorić.
Yeah.
Any other player?
For the moment, For the moment, no. We have some issues from the match. We had to change Ndokit in the second half because he got a strong kick, twisted a little bit the ankle. But we have to check how he is today, and let's see with the other players that had some issues from the hard match we played. But for the moment, is this the news that we have?
Vignato, does he have 90 minutes in his legs or still not?
He started to play last match. He shows that now he's again ready, and is a player that has the possibility to start from the first 11, like the others.
Coach, what's the plan for this break? Some players had international duties. What about else? Will stay here or go somewhere?
Well, we are working in the plan from many weeks ago because it's also challenging for us, competing in all the competitions, try to match the schedule for the matches. Also, this is a little bit tricky because we are finding that always Rijeka is not the team that had the proper calendar, in my opinion, with a team that is competing in Europe, competing in Cup, competing in League. So many times we are facing the challenges. I understand that televisions, they decide the days for the matches in the league. This is very important for them, and they organize the most of them. But I would like to ask also a little bit of comprehension for a club like Rijeka that is giving their best. We are giving our best for Croatian football as well. So helping to increase the rating of Croatian league in Europe competition, that this is also very important for them. So what I mean that we come back from the break and we have to play Belupo League, Belupo Cup, and then we have Osijek. So we are asking to play. There is Easter also, that is another issue to fix the games, but it seems that we are going to play the match against Belupo on Saturday, and then we have the schedule for semi-final Cup on Wednesday. We are asking the comprehension to give us the possibility to play league game, the following league game, that is Osijek, Sunday or Monday. That sometimes has happened that teams playing in Europe, playing in between the week, they got Dynamo played on Monday. I mean, so I don't understand, because I make the request and the first was that this is very difficult or even impossible, maybe impossible to play on Mondays, but on Mondays there is the possibility also to play. So I mean this, that we are making a big effort, and if we can play, but one of the options they said to us was to play Saturday League Belupo, Wednesday Cup Belupo, and again Saturday. I don't understand how it's not possible to give to the team that is competing the most number of games, like Rijeka is in this season, helping Croatian football with the effort we have done in Europe. How is not possible? How you put from Wednesday to Saturday when you can put our match on Sunday or even on Monday? So this is, for me, the main issue. The main issue. I would like to see this little effort also from the TVs to help Rijeka to give us the capacity to prepare the match like our opponents they are having, because all our opponents are having many more time than us to prepare every match. So I think that our request for this is nothing big. And as a head coach of Rijeka, I have to take the responsibility to ask for that. That's why I like to say I like this question, because you give me the opportunity to say this. I have to fight for my club in everything. I think also this is important for us. Then about the planification, we will give to the players Sundays to rest that they need, they deserve, and then we organize our microcycle like always. So to face the end of the season, these last 2 months that are amazing, exciting for us, for the fight we are in the 2 competitions, semi-finals of the Cup, and again also our aim to try to recover the distance with the 2nd place in the league, and also fighting with the teams that they are fighting for the 3rd position.
Excuse me, Coach, do you think that the club with like Rijeka, with Rijeka's budget, will ever be able to have a roster that could, you said use your players, but you have to rotate because of the loads. Do you think that you will be in a position to change 6 or 7 or 8 players, or how many you think you should, and the result will not suffer? in the Croatian league, that you have to prioritize or Europe or domestic league where you are playing in Europe. You have many players, but are they on the same level?
I now, since 2010, working as a coach side. First assistant, and then since 2015 I became head coach. At this moment, I feel as a head coach a lot of experience on my back, and I don't lose time with the things that are possible and ideal scenarios. I am enjoying amazing now my position as head coach, because I feel that now I understand everything very good. So the first is this, to accept that nothing is ideal. This kind of question, I understand the way, but it's a very interesting question, but this is a scenario that maybe is impossible in football. So in football, you never start from an ideal scenario. Never. It's impossible. Because we are working with persons, not only the players, all the people around. So everybody has the capacity to change. We are in continuous change. So try to make a stop, a pause, and a picture where, okay, let's put everything ideal. Like you are in some way asking, what is the ideal? This out, this in, this. For me, this is time lost. And I like to use the time to compete. So the first for me, when I started as a coach, the first steps, I think, for young coaches is always the same. You want to control everything, and then you analyze what is the best, what is the ideal. In football, there is no ideal moment. For me, the ideal is to understand that there is no ideal, accept all these difficulties. I like to say difficulties, not good or bad, difficulties, and try to create better scenarios, so to improve everything. So when you have players that you have the possibility to change, if the market gives you this opportunity, the budget of the club gives you this opportunity, you make the movement. And we are working here. I feel very good working with this sporting director, with this president, because we are working like this. When we don't have these opportunities, what we do? We focus in what we have, we accept the reality, and then we try to improve what we have. I said many times, I'm very happy with the players' development, because when we look back now, we see the most of them, or maybe all, in a very clear line of improvement. That gives performance, and that gives also the possibility to the club to make movements in the future with the value of the players. And of course, always paying attention to the market, because there we are also competing. It's not only what happens here in the facilities. Also, we are competing in the markets, and we have very, very good sporting director team that they are working all the way, not only in the transfer windows. They are working during the whole period, during the whole season, to advance the decision that you are going to have to make in the open windows.
Thank you.
You're welcome.